Hello, welcome back to class. In this video, my focus will be to discuss the fourth module, which is working with data. All right. So I mean working with text data. So let's get into this module as we explore some of the interesting um, syntax. SQL syntax that we will be learning. So here I have a little write-up which says text. This family of data types stores text data in the form of characters or sequences of characters, that is strings. Common data types for text are char-n. This particular data type supports sequences of fixed length characters up to length n. Shorter strings are padded with white spaces until they have length n. For instance, if I put in char 5, for instance, it means that I'm expected to enter a string data of maximum of length 5. I can't type anything that is more than length 5. I can type from length 0 to 5. So if I don't put anything in that column or under that column, it's going to just fill up the whole entry with white spaces, which means that'll be blank, but it's going to be white spaces. Varchar n supports strings of varying length up to length n. Varchar or varying text supports strings of any length. So these are the common data types of text in SQL. Now there are interesting operators that you can use to query text data type in SQL, some of which are the like operator. You can use case. Now text also has some case. You can work with some kind of case operator or operations where you want to check, convert some text to uppercase or lowercase. Then you can concatenate text. Concatenating text means joining two or more texts together. So for the like operator, one of the most useful string operators in SQL is the like operator. This allows us to search for a pattern of text within a table column. Like is used in the where clause in conjunction with um, these two symbols, either the percentage symbol or the underscore symbol. Now, percentage represents 0, 1, or multiple characters, while underscore represents a single character. So let's just get into the DB browser for SQL as we explore how to use those symbols. So I'm here at the active tab that I'm working on is the text, working with text data. Let's begin with this comment. Let's look at the meta information of the customers table. Let's explore this customers table when we call pragma table underscore info in the brackets customers. Let's run this query. When we run this, you would see the meta information. These are the column IDs, the name of each column under the table called customers, the type of data or data type, and not null values with the PK. So the primary key here is the customer ID. Customer ID is the primary key, and the that customer ID is an integer data type. The first name is nvarchar40. Last name nvarchar. As you can see, all of these fields are text data except for the customer ID and the support ID. So this table is an interesting table to learn about how to work with text data, since there are lots of text data stored in this table. All right, let's move on. So as shown below, the table has multiple varchar n or n varchar column. column types of different lengths. So you can see they have different lengths: 40, 20, 80, 70, 40, 40, 10, and so on and so forth. So let's begin with the like operator. We would write a query that will return all tracks that contain the word love. Now you would learn how to use the like operator, and those symbol are underscored or percentage. So to do that, we would write this query. We're going to run this query. We want to return the query that, write a query that will return all tracks that contain the word love. Now it means we'll go into we'll select all the columns from the tracks table. In fact, let's display what we have in this particular selected query. I'm displaying all columns from tracks table, and when we do that, you would see the columns from tracks table. We have the track ID, the name, album ID, the media type, genre type, the composer, and so on. So here is the column called name, and this name is the column that stores the name column stores the name of each track that's been produced in this database, or that was stored in the database. Okay, so I'm going into this column. I want to go into this column and search for the name of the track that contains the word love. All right, don't forget that I said the ampersand, the percentage symbol, is used to search for 0 case, 1 of such cases, multiple cases of that particular scenario. So when you put percentage love percentage, so I'm saying whatever, check the word love. Okay, either you have, even if you have something before it or after it. So percentage, having love in between means this love can be anywhere in the name, in the name, or the title of the track, or the name of the track. It can be anywhere. It can be at the beginning of the name, it can be in between the name, it can be at the last part of the name. That is what this percentage love percentage means. So I just went there, I said select asterisk from tracks where name like love. All right, where name like love. So to make this query come out very clear, easy, I can just take out this take out this. That's those aliases do not change the output. And then let's stop here and ignore the limit first. Let's first ignore this limit. All right, I just want it to be simple and clear. So select asterisk from tracks. So select all the columns from tracks. That is what this asterisk means. From tracks where name like percentage love percentage within the quote bracket, within the quotation mark. So when you run this, you would see that as you can see, this is the output. We have track ID 24 has love in an elevator. 56 has love, hate, love. Let me love your baby, love you baby. So you can see that the love here appeared at the beginning of the title. In this instance, the love appeared both at the beginning and the end. In this instance, the love appeared at the middle. In this instance, it appeared at the left, and so on. So if I should change this query, let's see what the effect would be when I remove this percentage and have love only percentage at the end. So this one would mean that just return all the query that all the names of the tracks that started with the word love. Okay, that has love at the beginning. Why? Because I'm calling love before percentage. So say give me the names of the track that has love at the beginning of it, then followed by any other thing. That is what percentage means, followed by any other thing. But my interest is just the ones that started with love. So as you can see, that it has given us a different output where all the title or name of the track has love at the beginning. love in an elevator, love, comma, hate, comma, love, lover man. Even this one has lover, but for the fact that it has captured lov, all right, it had to, return this also. Then love gone, love is blind, love of my life, love child, love conquers all. So if I should change the location of the percentage, I bring the percentage here at the beginning and then delete the percentage at the end. So what this query means is, okay, search for all the track name that ends with the word love. Okay, that ends with the word love. So when you run this query again, let's highlight and run again. When we do this, you can see now this particular one ends with love, even though it started with love, but this starting is not the instance we are looking for, is the ending. So love, hate, love, my love, whole lotta love, calling Dr. Love, cry for love, living on love, I need love, talk about love, sunshine of love, and so on and so forth. Can you see that? So this is how one instance where one can use the percentage symbol to search for for some subset of a given data. All right. So I hope you understand how to use the percentage symbol. So the main point is that for you to use this percentage, you have to combine it with the keyword like. So where name like, this is actually English, syntax, like very high level language. All right. Now let's move forward as we look at the next case. Next, we can also write a query that returns all customers whose name starts with the letter D. So you can imagine already how this query would be, given that we have explained these different parts of percentage. Think in your head. So how do you think, what do you think the query would be before I display it? All right. How do you think this query can be written? We want to write a query that will return all customers whose name starts with the letter D. All right. Yeah. So if you had thought about this, then you're right. So here we went into the query, which is select all from customers. I don't know, let me just take out this alias just to keep it simple and not confusing. Select all from customers where first name like the percentage. All right, so that means I am asking SQL to go into the table called customers. Give me all the columns. I want to see the output. I want you to output all the columns, and then go into the first name column and return only those first name that starts with the letter D. Okay, let's run this query. I'm going to run this query and see. Great. So these are the four customers that whose first name started with D. All right. So that is Dan, Dominic, and Diago. All right. Very, very easy. Okay. Very, very easy. Just put your D with your percentage. So say D begins the name and any other thing that follows. All right. So let's see another case. Thirdly, let's formulate a query that returns customers with email addresses that have domains that end with 3 letters. Aha. So this is an instance where we would have to use the underscored. Underscored. So let's look at, excuse me, the underscored again. Now I said the underscored represents a single character. So if I want a single character, I'll just use the underscored. Now, since we want to write a query that will return 3 letters at the end, so it means we'd use 3 underscored, 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 underscored. So let's look at the query here. It says select asterisk from customers as C. This is just me just using an alias because I don't want to always call customers again. Where c.email, this is me referencing on the customers, but we can take this out. I want to just keep it simple. Where email like percentage dot underscored underscored underscore. Let's count it so you can see this is 1 underscored 1 2 3. Can you see that? Underscored underscored underscored. So let's try to understand this. So I'm saying get me where the emails that are like anything, any character, any number of length of characters, but that ends with the ending should be dot, 3 things, dot dot dot. Do you understand? So it could be anything, but that should be at the ending, it should be a dot followed by three characters. One, two, three. All right. Let's run this. Let's run this query. I'm going to run this, and let's come over to the email column to see if our query gave us what we expected. Yep, as you can see, we have .com, 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 .com. So all these emails ends with .com. Now don't think that all the emails in this particular database all end with .com. Let's check out to see if we have emails that end with two characters. So I'm going to delete one of the underscores. So now we have just two underscore underscore. Okay, let's highlight this also and run again. Yes, we have a number of them. You can see this one ends with BR, DE, NO, AT, BE, DK, BR, BR. So you see we have quite a number of emails that ends with two characters. All right. So querying the ones that end with three characters also makes sense. Just put your three underscores and then you run your query. If I should run all of these queries, we'll see just the first five. So because I've included the limit five clause. So .com, .com, .com. So I hope you understand this. So this is just a query email addresses that ends with three letters. So let's talk about the case quickly. So case, like I said, if you want to query based on uppercase and lowercase. So let's write a query that shows all customers who live in the UK, So this is where we would select all customers where country is equal to United Kingdom. Okay, let us run this query. Let's run this query and see the output. Oh, now this is saying that there are no country or there are no such customers in the United Kingdom. So here it says results 0 returns in 7 milliseconds. Let's explore what's the okay. I think well, let us explore what the country column looks like. So the country column has all of these countries, right? You can see we have Brazil, Germany, Norway, and so on and so forth. Do we have United Kingdom or UK? Let's see. All right, so we have United Kingdom, United Kingdom. Okay, let us change this country to capital C. Just this is me just saying, okay, let's use since the country is spelled with capital C, let's see if this will return a result. Then we'll highlight and run again. Yet there is no result. So can you tell me what exactly is going on? Why are we not seeing results even if you check, even though there is countries, there is UK. See, we have United Kingdom in our database, but yet when we run the query, it's giving no answer. So it's saying that what it means, if it doesn't give you an output, it's saying that it can't find any country called United Kingdom in database. Even if there are, at least we can see them, there are United Kingdoms here. So the case or the situation in this particular instance is the fact that United Kingdom is spelled with capital U and capital K, but here we are using capital U and small k. So this is small k. So how do we, solve a problem like this? What I can do is to go into the country column and lower everything. Lower everything. So what do I mean by lower everything? I'll quickly write a query to explain that. So I want to select just the country column, lower of the country column. Okay, let's see the effects, and upper of the country column. Okay, from customers table. Okay, what else? So let me just run this. I'm not going to add a condition. Let's run this query and see what we get. So can you see the effect of lower country and upper country? So whenever you call lower country, it changes every single entry under the country column to lowercase. Do you see that? And upper country changes every single entry under the country column to uppercase. Now, for the fact that I am not so sure of how the countries are entered, so what I can do is to modify this query, I can possibly lower the country. I mean, using on the where clause. So I'm going to say lower country. So if I once I do lower country, don't forget what will happen to the country column. It changes every single thing to lowercase, and then use all lowercase for my search. So instead of having uppercase, just use all lowercase. So I've already lowered the country. I mean, lower all the entries in the country. So I can get similar data in the table since I'm using a lowercase keyword to search for the countries. Now that I've modified this query, let's run this query and see what we get. Run. Now we have an output. Do you see that we have an output now? It has been able to search for those three countries or those three customers who live in the United Kingdom, because we've used lower country. We've actually lowered and then searched for it. So that was because in this case it is case sensitive. When you use the case that is not as same as the ones entered in the table, you won't find the record that you're looking for. So this is a case where you can use the lower or upper. All right, so let's move on to the next. So what went wrong here? Now, if you have keen eyes, you would have noticed that the K in the United Kingdom is in lowercase. Easy way to fix the problem, or an easy fix problem, is to okay, it's an easy fix problem actually. All right, that is what I mean to say here. However, this kind of problem will also occur for data that is already in a column. As such, a better approach here is to use the lower and upper functions as follows. So we can see I've already done that above. Just modify the query, lower the country, and excuse me, equate it to United Kingdom. All right, so finally, before I end this video, it's a pretty long video already. Let's talk about concatenation. So I want to write a query whose employee first name and last names, okay, that shows first name and last names in just one column. All we need to do is just use the double pipe. So double pipeline here, double pipe will give you this is what we use to concatenate. So I'm saying select first name, double pipe, join. So this is join, empty space, join it with the last name, and display it as full name. Okay, well, let's run this query. When I run this query, you see the output. So you can see we have the full name column, and it has combined what we have in the first name and the last name. So let's display the first name column as a different column, and first name, comma, last name, comma, then the full name. I'll run this query again, and then you see we have the first name column, the last name column. Under the first name we have Andrew Adams, then full name Andrew Adams together. Now if I should remove this particular empty space and only combine the first name and the last name with double pipe, what will happen in this case is the space in between the first name and the last name will not be there. Can you see? There's no space in between, so it's just it's just combined together without space, without having space between them. So you want to put space between any two letter or any two string that you're concatenating. Just have this empty double quote and put your double pipe again, and then you can run your query to see your output as expected. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for taking out the time to watch this. I know it's actually long. Please explore more ways of running these queries, or working with text data. I'll see you in the next video where we're talking about working with date and time data. Do have a wonderful day. Goodbye.